Hello everyone, welcome to our first installment of 3 in a workout series where we're going to focus on cardiorespiratory strength and stamina. We're going to take a couple minutes here to warm up. We'll have 2 parts to this first video. We work with our body weight in the first part and then with a kettlebell or a dumbbell in the second part. Let's warm up. I'm going to take my hands on my head. I'll take my left elbow to my right knee, and then my left hand to my right foot, alternate. Right elbow to the left knee, right hand to the left foot. You can find a little cadence and rhythm with it. This can be a slower pace or a quicker pace. The goal here is to get some blood flowing into the big muscle groups in my arms and my legs and my torso. Get a nice little rotation here. We train in all planes of motion. Important to warm up in all planes of motion. I'll do one more each side here. And then I'll take it a little more dynamic. I'm going to go 3 jumping jacks to 1 inchworm. 1, 2, 3. I will forward fold, hands to the ground. I'll slowly walk out, short steps, that's the inchworm. My hips lead at me on the way back in. On my inchworm, stand tall. Again, 1, 2, 3, fold, walk. So full high plank push-up position, walk back in. I'll do this 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. Very important that we do not undermine our warm-up. Last time. 2, 3. I'll take it to the ground, and I'm working on my bridge roll-up. I pull my feet in towards my hips, my hands anchored on the ground. It's 1 bridge, chin stays down, butt comes down, legs extend, roll. Repeat, pull the feet in, anchor the arms, bridge, squeeze the butt, legs down, legs long, roll. I'll do 3 more here. Getting some blood in my midsection. Last 1. Nice little quick warm up there. We'll continue to warm up as we go a little further along into the training. So we start off with body weight. We've got 5 movements here. Number 1 is our double lunge. So I'm going to start off here with my right leg. I'll step that leg forward. I'll come back to side by side with my feet and then set my right leg back. So it's all right leg here. Right leg steps forward, knee back side by side, right leg steps back. And as you get more confident, you can try gliding through your lunge. So there I am, not stopping in the middle, more of a glide action. Notice how I sync up my arms and my legs. When my right leg comes forward, my left arm is bent, right leg goes back, right arm up. A little more rhythmic here. We're working for about 30 seconds. Look at my last 5 seconds here before I switch. Okay, and I'm going to switch now. So with my left leg drives forward, then left leg back. Again, working on syncing up those arms. Keep your torso nice and tall. Notice how I'm pulling myself down. I'm not dropping down. Embrace the stress. It's just temporary. It's a little bit of lactic acid. It goes away. The payoff is well worth it. Last one here, pull myself down. All right, we'll come back to that. Number 2, on the ground with my hollow hold. I'm going to take my legs up into the air, my arms up into the air, and it's a static hold here. Pressing my back down hard into the floor. Breathing steady out my mouth. It's all about the midsection here. If you start to feel anything in your lower back, raise your legs higher. But the lower you keep your legs while keeping your back pressed down into the ground, the better. Okay, time. We'll stay on the floor. We're going to work on our dip. So I'm going to come into my inverted quadruped position here. So I have my heels under my knees, my wrists under my shoulders. I'm going to bend my elbows, just the elbows, and it's very partial. I'm focusing on bending the elbows. I feel my hips tap the ground, and then I extend back up. It's more of a pulsing movement. The range of motion is very, very partial here. The goal is to attack the triceps, the big muscles on the back of my arm. Still breathing. Feel that blood in the back of the arm. I'll get my last couple here. And time, okay? On our feet, we got two more. Good old-fashioned body squats. With your squats, you go as far into the squat as you can. Notice my stance is a little wider than hip width. Put your arms wherever they feel comfortable. In front of you, cross over your shoulders, on the back of your head. I'll go 30 seconds here. Toes out, knees out, sit down, control, and stand. Squeeze the butt hard at the top. I'm rotating out with my legs as I sink, and I'm rotating out with my legs as I stand. Think of the squat more as an out movement, and not so much an up and down movement. Push the legs out to descend and out to stand up. You take the work out of your knees that way, and you put the work in your butt where you want it. Too many times, people are not able to feel their butt when they squat because they're not rotating out. Think there is a band around your legs. You're trying to pop that band or that belt the whole time as you track down and as you track up. Okay, last move here, then we'll do it 2 more times, going through our mountain climber. So I'm in my high plank position here. Keep your weight forward, and I'm going to drive my legs in and out. When I say forward, I mean feel the weight through the butt of your palms. This could be a slower pace, like I have, or you can take it a little faster. It's what feels good. So more aerobic or more mindful. Focus on your breath. Keep your weight forward. Keep your chin down. Keep the abs tucked. All about my midsection here. I'll get my last 5 seconds. All right. We'll shake it off, and we'll do this again. So we'll come back to our double lunge. I'm going to start with my left leg this time. So left leg comes forward, right arm comes up. I knee back, and I'm gliding through. This is the glide version. Or you can stop in the middle before you step back. It's what feels good. Keep the torso tall. Work to sync up the arms and the legs. So your leg and arm should always be in opposition. Opposite, opposite. I'll get my last couple here. All right, and then we just switch it up. It's the right leg now. Tracking forward with the left arm, right leg goes back, right arm comes up. You want to feel 3 points of contact through the floor. So the ball of your foot on the inside, the ball of your foot on the outside, and your heel. Press through all 3 parts. All right. Number 2 is our hollow hold on the floor. Legs up, arms up, head up. Press your back down hard into the ground to engage the abdomen. And it's a static hold. You almost think of it as an upside down plank. Breathe out your mouth. Lots and lots of air. Embrace it. Keep it all right there in the midsection. That's where it should be. If you feel anything coming to your lower back, take the legs higher. It's okay. You have to know your body and work accordingly. We'll get a few more seconds here. Okay. Stay on the ground. Coming into our dips. So, heels under my knees, hands under my shoulders, and I'm dipping. It's all about my elbows. They bend. You feel your hips tap the ground. Extend back up. You will lock your elbows at the top there to pinch the tricep. That large trio of muscles, hence the name tri, in the back of your arm. And again, lots of air. No matter how easy or how hard something feels, focus on the breathing. And it's a simple cue. You just exhale as you exert. Exhale as you exert. Get our last couple here. Okay, I'm on my feet. On to our body squats. Find a comfortable stance. It's different for everyone. Make sure you get your toes are pointed out slightly. Hands in front or on your head, over your shoulders, and we're squatting. Out controlled, out to stand. We're going to hit a decent depth. We're not in a competition here, so it's not about how low you go necessarily, but you want to go low enough where you feel your legs working. So ideally, that's with your thigh hitting about parallel to the ground before you drive back up, and you squeeze that butt hard. And again, feel all parts of your feet driving through the ground. Not just your heel, the balls of the feet too. Think of grabbing the floor with your toes as you squat. Get my last couple here. Squeeze hard, eyes forward, chest up, rotate out. And then we'll cap off our body weight here with our mountain climbers. I'm down. In my high plank position, walk it in. Keep the weight forward. There my weight is back. Keep your weight forward. Feel the weight through the butt of the palms. Walk it in. Or you could jog it in. Whatever feels good. Focus on your breathing. Legs coming straight in. Arms nice and extended. Last couple. All right. And relax. That's our body weight portion. So we're going to come now to our weight assisted portion, and that is with the kettlebell. You can also use a dumbbell. Movement number 1. I've got one size kettlebell here. This is a 20-pounder. If you have other kettlebells or dumbbells at your disposal, you may want to use a larger bell for the deadlift. These are big muscle groups working, so you can use a little larger bell here. Bell's over the middle of my feet. My toes are out slightly, and I'm bending over with a nice flat spine. Try to avoid the rounding. Find the handles. We'll go 30 seconds, and here we go. I extend, squeeze the butt hard, and I bend slow. The bell can come to the ground and touch the ground, or it could hover right above the ground before you stand tall. Notice my tempo. I'm bending on about a 2.5 count. I stand up on about a half count. Notice my eyes. My eyes track down when I'm bent over. My eyes track forward at the top. So my eyes are staying in line with my spine. Get my last one here. My back stays nice and flat. Avoid the rounded back. And we're done. We'll decompress. We'll come to the ground. And work on our roll up. So we're going to take our bell here with our crush grip or goblet grip. I'm on my back. This should be a lighter bell. My arms are extended. They stay extended. My feet are a little wider than hip width. I track the bell forward, and then I push it back over the crown of my skull. Hold this for a second, and I come down nice and slow. Bell always stays up. Push forward, and then back through the window, down slow. One big breath on the way up. 3 or 4 short, shallow breaths on the way down. Half a count on the up. About a 2.5, 3 count on the down. I'll get one more here. I'll pull the bell into my side. I'll roll over, dismount. Coming to my single arm floor press. So I'm going to stay on the ground here. My right hand grabs the bell. My left hand cups over the bell. I'm going to pull the bell in. Keep that left elbow on the ground. Bend your left knee. Your left arm and left leg straighten. And I push. Notice at the bottom of the press how my palm is facing in. At the top of the press, my palm is facing forward. So your arm, your hand will rotate as you push. That's the natural internal rotation of your arm. You want to use that to your advantage. Notice how my elbow stays tucked into my side to engage a little more of the tricep muscle. Again, that big muscle on the back of the arm. I'll get my last 2 here. Keep the wrist straight. And when I'm done, I'll use my free hand to grab the bell hand, dismount safely to the side. I'll stay on my right side, and I'm going to go to my right arm row. Staggered stance. So my right hand grabs the bell, my right leg tracks back, left forearm on left thigh, chin stays down, keep this nice and tight, and I pull. Notice again, my eyes are down. I'm avoiding my back from rounding. I pin my shoulder blade into my pocket as I pull. Squeeze, stretch slow. The target is that big muscle in the middle of your back. Squeeze it there, stretch it slow. And again, you can have the bell come to the ground and touch the ground every time, or it could hover right above the floor. That is your choice. Give the bell, the handle, a good firm squeeze. Look at my last one here. Bicep, mid, back, and abdomen. All right. And then the last move here we're going is our standing Russian twist. So I'm going to stand with my bell. I'm going to hold it by the sides. It's called the goblet grip, or I could use the crush grip. My stance is a good bit wider than hip width. My toes are out. My arms are flat out to the side. I'm going to turn the upper half of my body 90 degrees, and then another 90 degrees. Big twist. I say from one side to the other is about a 1 count. You want to keep your hips silent here, so you don't want to turn your hips. Keep your feet planted, turn the upper part of your body. You feel it right there in your obliques. Those hard to hit love handle muscles. I'll get a couple more each side. All right, park it down, and then we'll do it all one more time. We're almost there. So back to the deadlift. Work to make sure it's over the middle of your feet, toes out, butt back, chin down, load this, stand tall. Squeeze that butt hard, down nice and slow. Make sure you are not hyperextending at the top, you just stand tall. Fold forward, pinch. Spine stays nice and flat, squeeze. Look at my last couple here. All right. We have our ground game. We're going to roll up first. Just combining these moves back to back to back with short rests makes it a little more aerobic while working on strength. Crush grip, legs long, arms extended, go. Push through, head through that window, up quick, down nice and slow. Fight the stretch, fight the stretch. Eyes looking straight forward at the top, down slowly. A great test here of shoulder mobility and shoulder strength, and of course, core strength on the sit-up portion. Last one, head through, down as slow as you can. I'll pull in, I'll roll. And now we have our left side, so I'm going to turn my body and set up for my left arm floor press. My left hand grabs the bell, my right hand comes over, I'll pull in. My right knee is bent, my left leg and my left arm are straight, and I'm going to push and rotate. Again, notice how at the bottom my wrist or my palm is facing in, and at the top my palm is going forward. Notice at the bottom how my wrist is over my elbow. At the top, my wrist is over my shoulder. All right, so the bell tracks back slightly. That's the natural trajectory. You're stronger that way and you're safer that way. Use all your tools in your toolbox. Keep your back tight. You're lying down on the floor, but you're not comfortable. Tighten up that upper back. Okay, we're done here. I'll put my free hand in. I'll roll to the side. I'll pop up. And we're setting up for our last two. I'm going rows. Nice and slow on the stretch. Keep the chin down. There is a bit of rotations, right? With this staggered stance, as you pull, your left shoulder, in this case, will open up. It will open up just a little bit. It's a byproduct of the pull. It does not dominate the pull. Last one. And then we'll cap it off with our standing Russian twist. Goblet or crush grip, nice wide stance, arms bowed, and we're turning. Take your head along for the ride. If you do find yourself getting a little dizzy because you're turning your head, yeah, you can keep your eyes forward, but you will get a little more rotation if you turn your head. Keep the hips silent. Try to limit how much your hips turn. Let's get a couple more each side here. You've done good today. And park it down. Mission accomplished. Stay tuned next week for part 2 in this series of cardio, strength, and stamina.